welcome back to Let's Quack About It. I am Big Con, and this is Floppy, or Trey, whatever I decide to call him that day.
I will
Um,
let you figure it out.
yeah, because in game it's either Pete, Floppy, or Trey. I kind of just alternate between those three things. I don't really have a set name.
You want to know what's important though, as I answer for each one of them.
That is true. See, my name is Connor. So like when I just my nickname is Con, so that's why I brought it to THRP. So when we do that, I'm like people call me Con all day. So I'm like, oh yeah, Con, whatever. So I don't really have that problem. But you went from Brantley in game, which was a horrible name.
It was that was one I just came up with on the spot, and I got like halfway through, like not halfway through like my playtime, but like I just got to a point where I was like, this is really fucking difficult, and I want to change it.
Yeah, I
It was
didn't.
pretty rough.
Yeah, I didn't even like your complaint was it was like, oh, this is like too hard to say, or people struggle, or people don't remember. I was like, I just think it's a bad name. That's
I mean,
what-
yes, it's both, but there was a lot of times that some people would call me Brandon, but then there was also a Brandon, so I'm like, I've had people like call me Brandon before, and I'm like, are you actually calling me Brandon, or are you calling Brandon and I'm thinking you're talking to me?
Right,
And
that's
so it
true.
like it just got confusing, so I was just like,
So you went with
we're just gonna.
another. You went with Pete. I mean, I don't think there's a Pete, but
I don't think so.
like you would
There's
think
a,
there would be
there's
a
a
Pete. There's a ton of
there's a
Johns.
there's a Peter.
Uh,
I think there's a
well, that's
Peter.
Peta,
Oh yeah, Peta,
which
but
is also a horrible name.
I
I
kind of
don't
like
think.
Peta's name.
I just think of Family Guy whenever I hear PETA.
That's fair.
Every time I'm just like, oh, PETA.
Peta.
Yeah, that's literally every time that he's talking, I'm
That's
like,
true. Now I'm
PETA.
gonna think of it.
That's literally my problem with every single time that
that's
happens.
that's all I'm gonna think about. But moral of the topic is that I couldn't do
That's
like you do. I couldn't go Trey and shorten it down to like like I can't like I don't have an abbreviated version of my name that I could have used.
that's true. There is no abbreviation for Trey. Because Trey's not even really an abbreviation for anything. You just kind of called Trey.
It's because I'm the third.
Right. Yes, which I discovered not that long ago.
You did? How
When
did you
yeah, because you
discover
emailed me, and it was
that?
like,
Wait, when I did?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
was it the clip? It
the
was
clip.
something.
Yeah, I emailed you a clip. I think.
Yeah, yeah, because you didn't have Nitro at the time, and you were like, "How do I send you this?" I was like, "Just email me."
Yeah, that's right.
But
That's
now you
right.
have Nitro. Nitro just makes it easier,
It makes it a lot easier.
especially when
I'm
you're
probably
like,
gonna end up keeping it.
"Yeah, I might like go back and forth when I'm not like when I don't need it. I might just like cancel it." But like then it's kind of like, why am I doing that? Like that's just stupid.
You could do it monthly and only pay for it the months that you need. Like you'll know, like you'll have a month roll up where you're like, oh, I need to do this with it. I need Nitro, and then you can use it. But
Guys, I
I don't know.
thought
I
it.
might end up just paying for the year because it's like $20 cheaper.
Yeah, normally it's like, you have to pay for like the bulk. Like you get like you have to pay a bigger thing, but it's cheaper in the long run. But I am not one of those people that has, money. So
Fair enough.
that's my issue. Nobody else's. Um, Trey, I wanted to quickly touch on the fact that we never have met. We met in game
Mhm.
randomly. Um,
Randomly,
randomly. I mean, it
very,
was
very
very
randomly. At
random.
both times that we met were random.
That's true. Both times were
The
very
first,
random.
like the first time that I met you was just coincidence, and then the second time that I met you was also pure coincidence.
Was both pure coincidences. I arrested you. I was called to transport you.
Bullshit.
I knew you were going to say that was bullshit. It's not. You were in possession of a stolen car. So
I didn't know it was stolen. It
that's
wasn't my
not the
fault.
problem. It's not means you get off.
I feel like y'all could have done a
Well,
little
I
bit of
was a
research
lot. I
though.
was. Well, yeah. He probably. I think I was a PO1. I think that just was called
Probably
there.
so.
And I was just like, yeah. They were like, transport him, hit him with this, hit him with that. And I was like, nah, I must have hit him with possession of the stolen car. Because I think you wanted to charge you with grand theft.
Why?
I don't
What?
remember, but I think he was trying to.
Well, I understand now after being in the server for a while why.
Yeah,
because that's what some people just want to arrest people for everything.
that's true.
But yeah, in the moment, I didn't say I didn't even know all that. And then you ended up arresting the wrong person because they gave you all a fake name.
Yeah, you were like this name, and I put it in, and I think I went back and I was like, huh, that didn't work, and I did it again, and I was like, and you're like, yeah, that's my buddy. I was like, well, just leave. You're good.
I just remember I was in a Discord call and he's like playing the game and he's just like, "What the fuck? I'm in jail." And I just started laughing because I knew exactly what. Like I didn't realize that was very early on in my days, and I didn't realize that that was how the jailing system worked. So I didn't think like I just didn't think it through,
Yeah.
and it worked out great for me. I got to walk
It,
out of the
yeah,
door,
I
but
literally was just like, I don't know what's going on. You're good to go. I just uncuffed
he
you and
uh
was like, yeah, leave.
he did the time for me, so
Yes, he did. And
that's
then
the
the
kind of
next,
friend.
it might have been the next day. It was really close together that
It
we
was
ran
very
into.
quickly after,
It
yeah.
might have been the next day or the day after. And I was like, I'm gonna do civilian stuff today because I never do that. And then all of a sudden,
Which
I
is
was
also
like,
very rare on its own.
right, I
Like,
don't.
especially now that we've like played a lot more together, I'm like, we do not do a lot of civilian stuff.
No, no. This past week, I did a good amount of civilian stuff, but so like weeks before that, I don't think we did really any. I mean, it's yeah, whatever. So we but I was just a civ that one night, and I don't remember you came around the corner. It was on
I don't
Joshua
remember what
Road.
happened.
I got hit by
It
a
was it was it
car.
was in the middle. We were in the middle of transitioning from Sandy to Los Santos.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I don't remember what,
I
yeah, but
got hit by a
someone hit you
car.
and we started chasing them down, I think.
Yeah, and then we called the police. The police got him, and then we went and harassed. We were on that scene for a long time. Cause like he was near the water. Remember, he was like over the hill, and we like went over and we were like arrest him, and then they did end up arresting him,
I
which
don't
was
remember enough of it back then. I wasn't like, well, I mean, I wouldn't have the footage anymore anyways, but
no.
yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. And then we went down to LS, and then we were driving around, and that's when I like actually joined your Discord. Like,
Yeah, that was when we were in a voice call, so we were like, ah, well, I was like, let me just give you this so it's easier to.
yeah, because I was texting you in the game. I was
Yeah, I
like,
would
I'm
like
pulled
text you,
over.
or yeah.
Yeah, because they thought we were doing like motor vehicle contest and driving away. It was it was very, very just coincidental, and
It was
then
very coincidental, yeah.
like at
Which is it was also very rare for me because like I don't play with strangers very much. Like I don't just get like I don't like I'm not really one of like I'm if I'm playing a game and like something like that, like GTA RP or Escape from Tarkov or whatever, where there's like voice proximity chat,
right,
very like common for me to like run into someone and they'll be like, oh hey, like you want to like team up and do this, and like we'll do that, and then they'll be like, oh well, like add me on Discord and like we can play, and I'll be like, yeah sure, and never fucking add them.
right.
I'll like exit out of game and I'll be like, not talking to you again. I don't want to fucking do that shit. But so it's very rare for me to like continue or actually like do anything with anyone after like an in-game incident like that.
Yeah,
So on top of it all being coincidental for it to actually like follow through enough to the point where like I played with you again after that day.
yeah. And then I told you to join LSPD,
You did. You
and then
did.
you
And then
did.
you got in trouble.
I got in trouble a lot.
And then they told me to stop hanging around you.
Yeah, because I got the one on I was live streaming one of them, and I went down the wrong way, and then I was the professional one where I was,
You were goofing around.
I was
You told him
unprofessional.
you told him you told him you were just joshing around or whatever you
Yeah,
said.
I was.
And he got very upset
He
about
was
it.
very angry at me, and then put a report. And I
Uh-huh.
remember they were like, "Hey, come here." I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. And then you were like, I got in trouble. And then literally right after that, they messaged me and they were like, you free? And I was like, oh no, I'm getting in trouble too.
And then they just basically were, hey, like they gave me a written warning, but they told you they were like, hey, just stop hanging around him.
Hmm.
And then
That is
what?
verbatim what they said.
Yeah, and then what? Like a month. Then you played a lot of WoW for a little bit. I remember
Yeah,
that.
because that was when Wrath of the Lich King Classic came out, so I was
Right.
playing a lot of that.
And I would like message you, and you'd be like, oh no, I can't tonight. And I'm like, damn it. And then all of a sudden we just started playing more and more together. And now we basically only play together.
Yeah,
If you
I
watch
very
anything,
rarely play whenever you're not on.
yeah. I have like specific nights I'm gonna probably get on. So like, and live streaming and YouTube and whatever, all that other bullcrap.
Which,
And
speaking of, go check out his YouTube channel
yeah,
and his streaming.
and my Twitch, it's all under
For a
the
little bit.
same name basically, and it'll all be linked underneath the thing. So go do that. And then join my Discord, and then you'll know what happens and what's going on, and you'll hear me complain about work sometimes, like today. But yeah, so that's how we basically met. And then, I mean, we talk every day about whatever. And then we were like, hey, I was like, hey, I used to do this podcast. And you were like, oh, we should do that. And now here we are. We're doing it right now. So I want to, first of all, I learned more things about Trey because he was applying for a moderator position in Tropical Heat Roleplay. And he was sending me stuff, like asking me questions. And I learned more about him. Like he
You
graduated.
did?
Yeah, you graduated college. I had
Oh.
no idea. What did you graduate college for?
I went to school for it was agricultural business management.
Oh, so
And it
what
is
you do?
essentially, yes, it is essentially a business degree, but
Farming.
it is tailored to agricultural related
Okay,
products. And
he's a
the
farmer.
I am a farmer. The only real difference between the like from what I found in my experience between like a business degree and my business degree was that generally in agriculture our products have a shelf life. They are like time sensitive, so you have to factor that into your like cost analysis. Whereas like Nike shoes, like they don't have to factor in, oh, how long can these sit on the shelf before they go bad? Like they just have them
I mean, they go
in
out of
inventory and
style.
make it like yeah, like ours, like we have like all of our stuff has a shelf life because it is organic material.
Right.
Um,
Oh, I
so
know all
that's
about
pretty
your
much the only
stuff.
difference.
I know all about your stuff.
But other than that, I had to take a lot of the same business classes that business majors do, and yeah, that was pretty much it.
That's probably why you're very intelligent. I didn't go to school, so you can definitely tell that. I mean, I went.
Ah, you don't need never. What do they say? Never confuse education with intelligence.
Yes, yes, but it shows sometimes. Because what happens when we're on a scene and I mute myself in the game and I go, what? Can I ask you a question? Like, what is that allowed? Is that a thing? That's what I do. So, I mean,
I went to the school of TikTok for all that stuff.
yeah, that's true. TikTok, I send you videos on TikTok too, and I'm like, what do you think about this? And then you normally just tell me, I'm like, hey, you're right.
I'm basically a lawyer at this
It's
point.
basically we're starting a lawyer, business anyway. So we have to do that someday. We're so
Yeah,
busy.
I know.
We're super busy people with a lot of things. Um, yeah. And then what do you do when you because you're a farmer. So
Mhm.
when you get home, right, and you're like, hey,
Mhm.
Con, are you gonna play? And then I go, no, not tonight. And then what do you do on your PC when you're not playing with me? Do you play
Just
something?
it just depends. I know where you're
What do
going with
you?
this question.
Because I discovered it yesterday. So what do you?
He was asking me yesterday if I've ever played Farming Simulator, and I just so happened to be playing Farming Simulator at the exact moment that he asked that question. So I sent him a screenshot of me playing Farming Simulator. That's what he's referring to.
Because
I
I
don't
thought it was
always
fun.
play that, but I
I
do
think
play it
that's all you
sometimes
do.
because it is very relaxing. Like it's just I could just sit there and relax and like play it and watch some YouTube videos and like do whatever. That's one of my like in between games where like if I don't feel like playing Escape from Tarkov, which is like super intense and like you have to
Yeah.
focus and high requires a high level of mental stimulation. I don't feel like doing that sometimes, so I'm like meh. So I just go and play a brain dead game where I can just
It's his job. He plays his
fuck
job.
around. Yeah, pretty much.
Is it realistic?
It's about as realistic as you could expect from a game.
Okay, so it's like semi-real. Like the
Yeah,
idea
like they
is
get their
right.
yes, they get a lot of stuff right in it. Like there's a lot of stuff in the and like a lot of the machines that they have are very accurate to real world stuff, and like the interiors and the
Cultivators
textures
extreme.
that they do are like very real. I mean, yeah, like every piece of equipment in the game is a real thing. Like
Well, yeah,
everything, every actual thing in the game is like completely real, and they do a very good job of getting like so like all the like textures are accurate and like positioning of things and layouts and all of that stuff. Like it's all very well done. Like they put their time worth into it. Oh,
I
also, by the way, did you know little side fact here? When Battlefield 2042 came out, it came out around the same time as Farming Simulator, and there was a big period of time where Farming Simulator 22 had more players than Battlefield 2042 because that game was so ass that
that
nobody was
game was
playing it.
very bad. I
It was
think I played it for like
garbage, dude.
30 minutes and I was like, this is terrible. And I never play. I know they like redid some of it and they like kinked some of the bugs out of it, but like I will never go back and try it.
It's too late. It's too little, too late now.
It
Like
is. And I bought it.
these. Oh, yeah, I bought it too. Like I play same thing. I played it a little bit longer, like a couple hours maybe. But
Yeah.
I just remember seeing like someone posted the statistic on Instagram or something, and it was like, oh yeah, like the Farming Simulator 2022 has a higher player base than than Battlefield 2042 because it's garbage.
Yeah, which is I mean like not that surprising
No, I mean we live in a
because
world where all these AAA titles like release unfinished games
yeah, they do.
and then promise us finished games after the release, but you always have to pay an extra $40 even though you already paid full retail price at release.
Yeah. And then yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I think that was one of the things that made Elden Ring so popular. I don't know if you played that or not. It was
I
really
did
good. If you haven't
not.
played it, you should. It was the first game in a very long time, like AAA title game, that you bought the game and you played the game. Like that was it. Like there was no like microtransactions or was no like Game Pass or like oh yeah content like expansions things like that. It was like you just bought the game and played the fucking game and it was
Right.
great. Like you had a great time. Like it was very well done. Like minimal bugs. Like very massive. Like expansive open world. Like interactive, different environment. Like they just did really and like that was something that like quite honestly we don't get shit like that anymore. Like
No.
everything now is a copy and paste rerun and it's all garbage.
Kind of why I like 5M. Like it's at least it's different. Like
You will never have the same experience every single time.
no, no. We have same
Um,
similar like scenes, but none of it is the
yes.
same. Like there's
Yeah,
always a
it's
little
always going to be a little different,
right.
which is one of the reasons that like I always like come back to playing it. And that was always one of the reasons that I played like games like League of Legends and stuff like that so much is that like although it's the same game every single time, it's different every single time still.
Right. That's kind of like Apex. Like some of them, I
Yeah.
mean, like some of the games you have like the same game, different experiences. But then like when you have like Call of Duty, that's literally the same game and
Same
like
experience.
it's the same experience every time like you die.
Yeah.
At least I
Well,
do.
I mean like you could go look at any team deathmatch match in Call of Duty
Right.
and like it's gonna be the same fucking game every single time for the most part. Like
Right. You're gonna shoot different people, but you're gonna shoot people in
everyone's
the
yeah,
same spot.
everyone's fucking sliding around and
Yeah. I can't do that.
yeah, it's
But speaking of games, and I've watched a TikTok obviously.
Mhm.
But I mean like I heard about it like months ago when they first talked about all the Star Wars games that were coming out. Did
Mhm.
you did you see the Ubisoft like the like massive world one? Like where you're gonna like be
Yes,
able to
so
do whatever?
I have seen a little bit on that, and my first thought, unfortunately, was Ubisoft.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with Ubisoft, and I'm like, that's not ideal.
I'm like,
But
oh, great concept, Ubisoft.
yeah, I hope they don't mess it up. But it was interesting because recently, like I don't know, maybe a week ago, they talked about one of the developers or creators, I don't remember who exactly, but he talked about the game and how like it's basically going to be like No Man's Sky. Like it's going to be like
Yeah.
massive and you could do like a bunch of different stuff and there's like bunch of different missions and like you're going to have like seamless transitions into worlds and I was like, okay,
Mhm.
that could work. But again, right, Ubisoft is.
It's
Mm.
it's the kind of the Star Citizen model, which I don't know if you've
Yes,
ever played Star
I
Citizen.
have not, but
I
I've watched it and I want to play it.
I love that game. I A little bit about me. I am a space junkie. I fucking love just everything about it, dude. Like spaceships, space
Right, right.
travel, all like I love everything about space. It's fucking amazing to me. So any space game out there, I'm always like, I want to play the shit, especially when there is one that involves the ability to seamlessly transition between outer space and kind of like fly into a planet and land.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
awesome.
fantastic. I'm always there. I love it. I love every bit of it. And if you couple that with the ability to actually get out and walk around your ship and walk out of your ship and go inside, I'm like, oh, this is great. So I have been backing Star Citizen since like 2010 or 2012, I think. Before the game was even playable. Like when I first bought like a backing package for it off their website, you could go into the hangar, excuse me, you could go into the hangar and you could walk around and look at ships and that's it.
Oh wow.
Like there was nothing playable. Now it is actually like fully playable. Like there are multiple areas that you can go in. Like it's very bug ridden and like there's a lot of little areas that don't work very well in it, but um it's made strides. Like it's gone a very long ways
Well, yeah.
and they do continue to could like bring out good content and like more stuff that they are promising to bring. So the development is not dead on it, which is a good thing, and it does seem to be progressing.
Hmm.
Um, So it looks promising, but it's also been a development for 15 years
I was
now,
about
so
to
I would
say.
I would hope so. So I love the concept. Like I said, I love if they can pull it off, if they can make it not garbage like No Man's Sky was.
Yeah,
Um, if they
yeah.
can make it not garbage like most Ubisoft games are, I'm all
Yeah.
there for it.
I agree. I agree. I like I used to really like Ubisoft like years ago, and then I
They've had some
just
great games.
they did, and now like I mean like Battlefront 2 was decent, but it had so many issues that
Hmm.
I played it a little bit like probably about a year ago, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fun, but it was again that repetitive, like
Yeah,
okay, like I've done the same thing now games in a row, like I'm done. So
yeah.
that was a struggle. But
And like they've made like the Assassin's Creed games have been very good. Like most
right,
of them. Like I know there
but
are
yeah,
some
there's
that
a
are kind of
few
yeah.
that are garbage.
But like for the most part, like especially the original trilogy, like they were very good, like very well
Original
done.
Black Flag.
Black Flag, I enjoyed that one. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I understand
I'm pretty
like
sure
it.
it's the best one.
I thought that one was the one that a lot of people like a
No,
lot of
no,
people
no, no.
didn't really care for it.
I think you're talking about the third one when he was a in the Revolutionary War. That
See,
one
I
gets
liked the third
hate.
one.
I
I
like
thought
that
that
one
one was
too.
fucking good.
Yes.
Number two is by far the best one. That was one of my
Yeah, that
favorite
was a
ones.
yeah.
Like number one was good. I remember I never actually beat number one because there was a point that I got to in the campaign because this is again this I was like 13 when that game came out, I think.
Yeah. Probably.
And there was a
Maybe
point in the
younger.
first one, and it always happened like that was one of those games that like didn't hold your hand enough for like me because like there was a point where like you're like there's some mission that you've got to go on and like I could never figure it out. Obviously I could probably figure it out now,
Right.
but like at the time I was like I don't know what I'm doing and like I would always get stuck on it and never got past that point in the campaign.
Damn. Damn. Yeah,
I,
there's like I liked Valhalla, but
I liked
again,
Valhalla.
you have the expansion packs and you have like
Mm.
more and more money, but like I almost bought the expansion pack because it was Ireland, and I was like, ooh, that would be really cool, but I never did. Um, and then I thought Origins was really decent. I didn't really like Odyssey.
Yeah, see, I think I played Origins. I don't think I played any of the other one. And I played Valhalla.
Valhalla was really cool
And
because
which one's the
Vikings.
one where you play in Egypt? Is that
That's
Origins?
Origins, yeah.
Yeah, that okay, yeah, that was the one that
That was
yeah, that
decent.
I thought that one was
The
pretty
one in
good.
England, No,
Oh yeah,
Syndicate.
Syndicate, yeah.
Is it Syndicate?
Yeah, I think so. I think Syndicate is based in England. I think there's a couple of them that are in England.
Yeah,
There's a
that one
couple
was
of games
bad.
that I was like what are these? Like I don't even know what these like these don't follow the lore at all. Like I'm very
No,
confused as to what we're
yeah,
doing
I
here.
think they were just trying to be different and they really screwed up. Um, but yeah, so Star Wars game, pretty cool. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna keep.
excited for it. It's going to be good.
Yeah, and then there's what is that? Since you love space, Bethesda's making their Star.
Yes. I forget what it's called. I don't
Yeah,
really. That one's like space, but not really space.
it's like
Like it's not.
semi-space.
It's yeah. It's not really going to be like. I'll probably still play that one if it's any good.
Yeah, I'll
But
watch out for that and kind of see. Skull and Bones is coming out. I know I'm just throwing games at you now, but I
I
was
don't
just
know. I don't
thinking
know that.
about.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's sort of like Black Flag, like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's gonna be kind of.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I have seen that. I have
I
seen
think
stuff
I
on that
already
game.
bought it on my Xbox. I think I bought it already. So hopefully it
So
comes
like,
out.
isn't it kind of Sea of Thievesy too?
Yeah, yeah. Sea of Thieves. I
Yeah.
love Sea of Thieves. That was such a good
It's
game.
it's pretty fun. It was another one of those that
Like
didn't have a whole lot
repetitive.
of content when it
Yeah,
first came out and was very repetitive.
it still
I've heard
doesn't
they've added
have.
a lot since
Well,
then,
they've
but
added a lot, but it's the same shit. Like
yeah,
there's no there like games need to
you can
like
pirate around.
right, but that's it. Like there needs to be like, hey, I can upgrade. Like everybody gets the same ship. I wasn't expecting that when the game came out. I was thinking like
Yeah,
you had your ship and you built your ship up and it was your
like a
ship and
progression.
yeah, there was none of that. So
Yeah,
like me and my friends died off of it very quickly. Um, I really enjoyed it though, but they were
I
all like,
forever. I can't wait for the day. This is kind of going off topic a little bit. I can't wait
okay,
for the day that we have the ability, and it would only be like this will only be possible when we have actual artificial intelligence, but the ability for a game to like genuinely like continuously progress.
oh yeah, that'll be dope.
Like and like I said, that would only be possible with like artificial intelligence because the game has to physically be able to think and like evolve in the way based off of what you do.
Mm.
So it would like and like the characters would have to quite literally be able to think for themselves and like react based off of your actions and then like continuously evolve. Um, like I said, that's very much like a sword art online kind of a style, but it'd be stupid fucking cool though.
It would be. I would agree with that. And then there's another game. Hang on. Did you ever play it? I'm sure you did. But I never asked you because I mean, it was what like 2018. The Pokemon Go.
I played it a little bit. I was not like
Enamored.
super into it.
So me and my friends were very into it. I mean, again, this
Okay.
is what like 2018, maybe
Yeah, something like that.
16. I don't remember.
I think it was 16, 17, I thought.
Yeah, it might be 16 because I think I graduated college, high school, and like a couple years after that, it was like big.
Yeah.
Um, so I just was looking at like different games and different like news stories for gaming to talk about here, and it came out and it said long-awaited Pokemon is finally making Pokemon Go debut. And in my head, I was like, who the fuck is still playing this game? Like,
I think there's a lot of people that still like actually play it. Um,
I guess if there's still like announced, it's like Kecleon.
I'm not super
I don't
up to
even
date with
know
the
who the
new
fuck that is.
Pokemon.
So don't even
Yeah.
feel bad about it. But I was just like looking at it. I was like, why is this even a news story? But it made me laugh like hardcore. It's Starfield. Starfield is the Bethesda game.
Oh yeah. That's
I
what
had
it
to
is.
look it up. I it was bothering me. But yeah,
That see that game's been in the talks for years too. Like
yeah.
I don't,
But it's come. I
there's a
think it
lot of
is coming
this.
out this year.
I would rather them push games back than release unfinished games though too.
Yeah, so they had it originally scheduled for November of 2022, and then it was pushed back to 2023 to allow more work done. My brain is like, you guys are making this game. How do you not know? Like,
Yeah. Like how are you not able to hit which I don't know. I guess on one side of it, I kind of
nothing.
get it. Like when they start doing it, and then they're like, "Oh, these things are problems." Like you don't really know it until it's a problem, I guess. So I kind of follow it.
Yeah, but that's why
But
you
then
do
also
like
on the other side,
betas.
like how do you not? Yeah, like how do you not plan for that amount of time? But also, if you want my honest opinion, I think part of that's intentional because it builds hype.
Right, true. But see, when games get
Um,
pushed back, I lose interest. Like I forget.
yes, but I guess I bet I wonder if
Maybe
there's a
I'm different.
statistic somewhere. I think you are. I think somewhere in there, there's a statistic of
Like you
like
are.
they probably they probably no, I don't mean it like that.
Yeah,
I
you're
just
fucking
mean like
weird
on
out.
this topic. I feel like they probably have learned that maybe they get better pre-purchase sales by
Mm,
doing that. Like I bet they get an influx in yeah, people that like pre-purchase the game when they push it like between when they pushed it back to when it comes out, like I bet they'll get another influx of people that pre-purchase it.
yeah, true.
Uh, so there's probably a little bit of like intentional slash psychology behind why they do it, but
Yeah, probably.
still, like I said, I'd rather them do that than release an unfinished
Oh,
game.
I
But I
agree.
also understand. I understand where you're coming from. Where it's like, how do you not like put that shit in a timeline? Like allocate a certain amount of months for expected problems before you announce the game.
Right, and
Like
then like
you want to be
get
able to
betas and
look at it. Yeah, like you ought to be able to look at it and be like, okay, like on track that we're at now, like we will have development finished by November. Let's allocate 3 months after November for a month of beta testing or like a month of alpha testing and then fix problems and then a month of beta testing and then fix problems and
right,
then release.
and then release
Like
it,
why
and
do
then
they
if we
not
need to,
like why they're not able to out like understand that that's going to happen and yes set aside that time before but whatever. I don't
that's
know.
true.
I'm not a good what do we know, right?
I was about to say, well, I don't know anything about game making and any of that. So even like what like Travis and Thomas and all the developers of Tropical Heat, I'm still like they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna fix this, and like I'm like I don't fucking know how you fix it. I don't even know how my siren works. Like I just push a button.
I don't. I understand that it's code.
I get it's code,
Don't know. I don't know what the fuck that means. Like
right?
what?
Like I just think
Like
of
and
like
I
zero
like
one zero one zero zero one.
and that's what it is. And all I know is that it's zeros and ones and it's a sequence that in different orders tell it to do different things.
Right, which
How
is
it does
mind
it,
blowing.
well, and it's the fact that like it does it so quickly. Like
Right.
the fact that like I could see like code I could see code being simple for back in like the fucking Atari days and shit like that where it's like Tetris code like that can't be too fucking complicated.
No.
Like there's got to be a couple things in there that it's like random fucking blocks and then it's like this button does this button does that. Like I can see that one like being relatively simple. But when
Yeah.
you have these massive like Grand Theft Auto open world games, super interactive, different environments, characters react differently, like the little
Cars
shit of like
drive.
when you get out yeah like when you get out of the water your character will walk and the sound that they are making when they're walking is wet
Hmm.
for a few steps before it like their feet dry out like things like that where it's like how do you even go about coding that like how like I don't get it like how do you start that process like if you were to sit down and be like hey build this from the ground up I wouldn't know where the fuck to begin dude
I would
and then
just
if
be
you have
like,
a problem how do you find the problem like how do I know what line of code is the reason this fucking foot
does
is not making a noise whenever I walk like
right? Does it tell me in the code like this one is
yeah
corrupt? Like, oh, there's a problem. We'll have to bring them on and ask them. Like,
yeah
so we just
I
want to
want
know.
fucking details yeah I want to know like how
We just want to know how the fuck coding works. We don't. I don't want to do it. Like, I have no desire.
I, what I want to know, like I said, is when we're playing and you're like, oh, this siren doesn't work, how do you know where to go to find the problem?
Right, yes. I think that's a great question to ask them. And they'll be like, well, you know, you just go in there and you open it up. And I'm like,
And
nah.
they're gonna give us some, yeah, they're gonna give us some fucking coding talk. They're gonna go like, you go to the siren packs and you look for the fucking, and I'm like, dude, shut up, you've already lost me.
What is a pack?
Yeah, I thought we were talking about ones and zeros. I didn't remember.
Right.
I don't know what a pack is.
What do you mean? Yeah, it was that part. That stuff is interesting. So when I see like games and like all that shit, I'm just like, I don't know, but it's really cool. Like, yeah, no, thank you.
I say mainly just on your computer. Like,
True.
how does like you have an operating system and then like I get that and then like you go and you click on something and that operating system tells another thing to activate its line of code to start working and it works in tandem with the operating side like that's where I'm like I don't get it dude like I don't understand like I mean there's a reason I'm not a computer science
Right.
major but I'm also like I don't even like I can break down how a vehicle like a car works I can figure that shit out I can understand the process shit makes sense. Does not make sense to me why when I double click on Google Chrome, it initiates a command to Google Chrome to launch and start running it, and like how it fucking, and then somewhere in there you have internet is involved. It integrates itself with the internet, so it
Right.
knows that it's connected to other places that have the same fucking code going on. That like then you connect to servers that have the same shit going on, and they're just doing it over there instead of over. I don't fucking know, dude. It's
Yeah.
wild, man.
Yeah.
It's a web of shit.
And I'm sure there's some guys in there like he's gonna be listening to this and he's gonna go, well, it's really easy. You guys are just really
Yeah,
overcomplicating it, you know? Like, no, we're not. It's a
I feel like we're
massive,
not. Yeah.
it's a
It's
massive,
just like it's a spider web of shit. Like
right,
it's and I feel like it never like it's never ending. Like there is not an end. Like anything that you like I said, like you click on Google, so Google starts working, it has code in it. Well, when you connect to
right,
Google, it connects you to a server through the internet that has the same thing. And then based off of what you do there causes another thing. Like it's just a never ending fucking snowball that's rolling.
right.
And I don't understand, dude. I don't get it.
I don't need it.
But
Well,
I like that it works and I like it.
yes, we're happy it does what it's supposed to do. We just don't know how it actually does what it does.
How do they send audio, dude?
I don't know. How am I
How
listening
am I
to you?
able? Yeah. Like I'm talking into a microphone. The speaker in the microphone picks up my voice. Does it convert it to code and run it through the fucking cable that runs into my computer? That then goes so yeah. I talk into the microphone. The voice is somehow converted into some sort of tangible code that the computer can read. It
Wait,
runs it through the cable into the back of my computer, where it is then run to the internet, like to like through the Ethernet cable, I guess, that is then run out to the antenna that then runs to the central server, then to your computer and does the same thing up into your headset, like that. Like
that's a good
like what?
question.
How does it work, dude? Like I don't get it.
I don't know. What I don't. We've gone down a rabbit hole.
We have
We could ask about how does it know what I'm typing? How does my Stream Deck know what I'm clicking? Like it's all just
the typing in the Stream Deck, I can kind of like understand because it's just initiating commands.
that's
How
true.
does it convert my audio? Like
Yeah,
it's
the
not like
audio
you're
thing.
not there's no way it's physically taking my sound waves and transmitting them to you. So somewhere along the line it has to convert it
Is that why we
to
sound different?
something that the computer say again.
Is that why we sound different when you hear your voice? You're like, oh, why do I sound like that on a recording?
That's a good question. I don't know. So like
That's a thing.
somewhere it has to like break it down into like the frequencies have to be broken down into code that the computer like knows then what to project into your earphones. Like I
Yeah.
like because there's no way there's no way that when I'm talking it's just capturing my fucking sound waves and then transmitting those to you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it, man. And the more I think about it, the more I don't get it.
It's getting worse.
It's getting a lot worse.
We're not gonna go to bed tonight. We're going to be Googling. We're just gonna be Googling how the hell this works.
How sound works.
How does sound work? What if, no, I was gonna be like, I wonder how many people have Googled that. I get how, like, actual sound works, like
Yeah, I understand
speaking
like
sound
sound
waves.
waves.
I don't
What I don't
understand
understand, yeah, I
microphones.
don't understand how it converts my sound waves into
But
other
then,
sound waves coming out of your headphones.
is that the same deal with, like a speaker? Like, if I'm talking to a crowd,
I mean,
how
yeah, like yeah, I don't know
how is it doing that?
how does that work?
Oh God.
That's what I mean. Like the more the more I'm thinking about it, the less I understand.
And the more like anxious I am. How does it work? I mean,
And how does it work so smoothly?
I don't know.
Like the fact that it does it so quick. Like I understand there's a little bit of a delay, but
Yeah, it's a
from us being
second,
however hundreds of miles are like that we are apart, it is able to do it in a couple of seconds.
right? But see,
That's what's fucking whack.
it does that. So like when me and my brother used to play Xbox in like the same room for a little bit, there was a delay on his mic still. So like it doesn't matter how far you are. It just
Yeah, because it's all based off of how like your
just
connection from the like how wherever the central server is. Because that's why
right.
like on like competitive gaming stuff, they do it on LAN connection, which is like the server is like at the location. Like they're all connected. They're all hard. Like every computer is hardlined together, so
Right.
that like it is just a communication between the two sets of computers. So it happens really really fast, which is one of the bullshit things about like some of the pros are so fucking good, but it's also like you got to understand they're playing at like 3 ping, dude. Like
Right.
you never in any way shape or form get anywhere close to that. Like we're at like you're lucky if you have 30 ping on shit. And like they're having like they have literal like no latency when they play on like competitive stages. So it's a lot, it just adds a little bit of perspective that it makes it a lot easier to do some of those fancy things that they do and like the really skilled things because they don't have like latency that they're dealing with like normal people do. Not saying that I could do what they could do,
True.
but still, I feel
Oh,
like
I
that's
could
a factor.
get me a 5M competitive.
So yeah, let's do it, dude. Let's
Like,
do it, dude. A GTA roleplay competitive.
yeah, I don't even know how you would base that. I guess amount of arrests.
You just have like judges or something, like judging the quality of RP and
Yeah,
how it's
real. Just get like Judge Judy and Judge whoever else, and just have them sit
Judge
there.
Judy.
Just have them sit there. It's
Was that the
entertainment.
first judge that you could think of?
I wanted like I didn't want a real judge to waste
That's
their
not the kind
time.
of judge that I meant, dude.
I
I
don't
meant
want a
like
real
a
judge to waste their time.
no, I meant like someone that judges a competition, like
Oh,
not an actual judge.
I thought you meant. Here's what I thought you meant. I thought you meant like they would judge the scene afterwards, but like actually be like, hey, listen, like I'm Judge Judy, and like you did good. Now I don't know.
No, I meant like you have like a competition and like like in theater in high school, like you have an act, like you're acting, and then they would go and you have judges that you perform in front of that they critique your acting and how then give you a score and like you know what I mean. Like I figured like that's what I was talking about. So like you have like a scene and like they critique the acting on the scene is what I meant. I
I mean
didn't
that
mean a
that's
literal
also
like a judicial judge. Like,
that's a
that's
is
why when you
Judge Judy a
that's why
real
when you
judge
said
though?
I think so. I mean, if she fucking hits the gavel, that's got to be real, right? That's how it
No,
works. If you have
no,
a gavel, you're real.
no, no.
Isn't that how it works,
I'm
dude? They don't
gonna.
just don't. I don't
All
know.
right, well, I'm gonna go fucking buy a gavel then.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna
yeah,
smash it.
it's real to me. If Judge Judy walked to my house and she said guilty, I would be like, oh, guess I
You're
did
right.
it then.
You're right.
You're right.
How'd you know?
Judge Judy.
I
That's why I was so thrown off because I was thinking like I said, like someone that critiques like a Rotten Tomato
right.
type of thing, and then you're just like, get Judge Judy. I'm like, she's not gonna know what the fuck to think. Like,
I mean, she might. I don't know.
dude, we
Judge
need to get
Judy's
a
a
Judge Judy of GTA or like roleplay, where like
good
every
question.
fucking like for all the communities, you have a judge, and then
Yes,
like you bring your case to them, and you fucking make your case,
I
and like
would.
have a judge. Give him a
I would
gavel.
love that. I would love. I would do it. I'll do. I'll be the judge. I'll arrest him and make
Yeah,
him.
good old Judge Judy.
Yeah, we'll just hire her.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Perfect. All right. Well,
Judge
we.
Judy.
I'm not the most intelligent person. We said
That's all right, Judge.
20 to
Judge
30
Judy, if you're
minutes.
watching this,
Yeah, come on down, Judge.
come on, come on. Tell me
Well,
about the gavel. Tell me how that works.
we also need to know if you're real. Not
Yes,
real,
yeah,
but
that too.
like
I think
real.
she's real. I
She's
think
probably real. I mean,
well, I
but
think
did
she's
she?
a real person, but
I
like I
mean,
think she's
yeah,
got like I think when she hits the gavel, I think there's some I think
some
someone's
truth.
going to jail. Well, that
Yeah,
she doesn't do jail, but she does like small petty
yeah,
things
like
like
suing,
you owe me $20.
and she's
So,
like, "You do guilty, smack."
but like, what do they do if you don't do it? Like,
I
does
guess
she
then you go
have
to
like?
jail.
I mean, like these are like petty crime. Like most of this is like, yeah, it's like just like lawsuit type stuff. Then it's like, oh, I let you use my car and you like ruined it, but then like, oh, I never like you never agreed to pay for it if you ruined it before I let you use it. And they're like, no, you owe him a new car. Bang. And then it's like, but what if I just don't do it? Like, what if
Right.
I just don't give you a new
This
car?
is television. It's not real. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, what will I have to get her on?
Just add her. Just tweet her.
Yeah, I'll
Just
tweet
add
her.
Judge Judy.
Hey, we have some questions. You want to join? Let's quack about it real quick.
At
Dang.
Judge Judy. Hashtag. Are
Hashtag.
you real?
Nothing else. Just
Just
that.
hashtag if you're real, answer us.
And then she never responds. So then we know.
Oh, that gives you the answer either way.
Well, she's fake.
That's
We
it.
we we
Fake.
we discussed 20 to 30 minutes. It's 45 now.
I figured that
Which
was gonna happen.
which we knew that. I mean, we both were like, "Yeah." And then we this is what we do every night.
Mhm.
Also, we
Yep.
just
This is why I go to bed at 3 a.m.
right, we sit there and we're talking and we're like discussing what happened in the RP, just other bull crap, and then but when you know it's like 3 a.m., I'm like, we're going to bed. Yeah, we're going to bed. And then
Yeah.
we like send each other a couple messages.
Yeah. Then I get on Discord and I'm like, oh yeah, also this, and I send you a fucking
I'm like, hey,
then
this is
I
what I'm
send
thinking
you a
we should
fucking
do.
paragraph. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that works. Yeah. And then I go to bed.
Oh Lord.
And then when
And
I
then we
wake
go
up, I respond to whatever you sent me after I fell asleep,
or
or vice versa.
or vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we just continue that. But
That's how it do.
yes, we'll end this episode so that we have more to talk about the next episode.
Yes,
So
because I also need to go eat before we
yes,
go to
and we need to
people.
go play. I'm about to go live, so I mean this isn't going to go on right now. So,
You gotta
but
just make
just
sure that
remember
whatever
that.
day that you release this, you go live that day
Right?
too.
Yeah, it'll be tomorrow that it comes out. So this is perfect.
That's right. Tomorrow is Monday. Yeah.
Tomorrow's Monday. We had a big debate about when to drop it too, so we thought about this heavily. I mean, it wasn't a debate. We just talked about it, but
We put the work in, man.
we did put the work in. So that'll do it for this episode of Let's Quack About It. Trey, thank you for getting it back on its feet again, and for joining me, and for helping me run it, and for being my
Of
best friend.
course. Of course.
And yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Go to Twitch. Go to BigConFFC96. Find it, like it, sub it, do whatever you want to do to it. Except for
Is the big con Twitch like tag already taken? Is that why you have the numbers on there?
yeah,
Ah, that's lame.
yeah. But somebody told me you can switch it. You can change your username.
Yeah, you can change it if it's, but it can't be one that's already taken.
I know, but I'm gonna go look.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you can
Maybe I
change
can
it.
shorten it. Because it's too much to say.
Yeah,
Oh well. All right, everybody.
you could always go for the twitch.tv/ the big con. See if that one's available. I've always done that before. I've done that on my
Like
social media stuff.
the big con.
Yeah, like THE. Yeah, like the
That
the
might be
big
good.
con,
That might be good. I'll
because it's
try it.
easier. Yeah, see if that one's available.
I'll do
I do
that.
that on my social media one, like my Twitter and stuff.
The floppy.
Well, it's not Floppy, but
Oh,
it's with
oh,
my actual name.
all right. And your address.
Yeah, yeah. My socials, it's in all of that's in the bio.
All right, good, 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 good. All righty, everybody. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next episode. And like I said, subs, share, like, whatever else. Thank you for joining us.